So happy to be here. I joined the conference a little bit late today, so I have missed some of the talks or most of the talks or workshops. But what I've heard, there have been similar topics. So I think you're already geared up. I'm going to talk about 6 ways to lead the organization, and my hope is that you can figure out maybe what are the main drivers within your organization. It might be 1 or 2. And my name is Mia Kolmodin, and I'm from Dandy People. So we're going to look at 6 patterns, and I'm going to walk you through all of them. The first one, budget-led, and then sales-led, technology-led, visionary-led, market-led, and product-led. So we're going to look through all of these to see which one maybe tap into how it works in your organization. So the budget-led, you probably learned about this one, right? Where you create a plan maybe a year ahead within each department maybe, and it's kind of a wish list of everything you want to create and do during the year. And then this gets spread out across the organization and maybe hits the IT department, and everyone is trying to get their stuff. And what you're rewarded for in this organization, of course, is sticking to the plan. Maybe most people are trying to game this plan and find ways around it. That's maybe what you spend a lot of time trying to do to actually deliver some value. Of course, it gets very slow in these organizations since everyone is just pushing maybe January 20 or something when you get your budget. Before that, people have nothing to do. So this is kind of a way to lead the organization, but everyone is just trying to figure out how to manage to get something done. In a sales-led organization, you have salespeople. These guys go out to the customers and ask them what they want, and then they come back with a list. These are the things our customers are asking for. Of course, this will also then become a wish list that goes into different departments. IT, technology, could be any, where you have to produce these things to be able to sell this to the customers. Of course, this generates bloated digital products where it's maybe not even possible to do what you're supposed to do in this one. No one really knows who are the main customers, the target groups, the people who are actually supposed to use this. And if you are working with customer-centric work and product discovery, you might realize that, oh, our real customers no one ever talked to. The one that the salespeople talk to are just the people buying our product. In a visionary-led organization, we have a strong visionary leader who, of course, knows exactly what's going to happen in the future. Might be sometimes difficult to get people with you. They might just do whatever they get told to do. And if this visionary leader gets lost somehow, people might not really know what to do, create chaos. Maybe people have their own ideas and things work out anyway, or maybe not. In a technology-led organization, of course, here we can do amazing stuff with technology. And that's the driver of what you plan to do and release to your customers. And if you work with product development, you know it's maybe a little bit sometimes hard to know if these new things that technology can do actually helps the customer. That's something you realize after you launch it. And if you're working with a solution instead of solving a problem, you can't slice it. So here we got big bang releases. We really don't know what's going to happen. We might spend all our budget on something and nothing actually gets used. In a market-led organization, we have marketers. They make plans on how to market that amazing product or feature. And of course, they spend a lot of money on this. But if you develop something else and want that to be marketed, there's no budget left. These guys love budgets. They want to plan, and they want to create a lot of movies and cool stuff. That's how you bring in the new customers in a market-led organization. In a product-led organization, you focus on the customer and what are the problems we want to solve for our customers that actually fits with our product vision and what we want to be as an organization. What's the purpose with our organization? And you try to constantly find those problems and meet with your real customers and build in growth loops within your product so that the product itself actually brings in new customers and spread the word, as I've heard we talked about also in the panel that I was part of. So finding those things that people actually want to share with others, and use, and actually they feel that they become a better person by using your product. So this is a product-led organization. And this is what I'm going to talk more about, of course. And in a product-led organization, we start with setting a clear vision. What do we want to be, and what's the North Star? What game are we in? Why are we doing what we're doing, and how are we creating value for the world and the customer? And then we identify who are our customers, and we want to meet them and understand their pains and how we can help them. And then we organize around these needs, these customers, and these products, because that's how we can collaborate in the best way possible. And then we work together to discover what solution actually helps the customer, because this is the discovery work that we need to do. How can we do this? And we need different perspectives. We don't have any need for those silos that might be in the organization. We have a need for those capabilities in our discovery so that we can actually create valuable, sellable, and usable solutions that our customers can use. So we need all the different perspectives to understand this. And then we slice deliveries strategically and tactically so that we can step by step build on and create a lovable product for maybe more than one target group, and step by step understand more about who our customers are and what we can deliver to them. And then, of course, find new ways along the way. So slicing is key in a product-led organization. And then you slice the problem for a customer and you find the best way to do that. And yeah, we already had that one. Of course, when you do this, you can understand and see if your product actually works and gets sold. This is called product market fit. And you get help by releasing things iteratively and incremental. So, of course, while you do this, you understand your product and market fit step by step. So you don't make up the plan ahead. You don't budget for exactly all the things that you want, but you understand that step by step. And then you build in these growth loops. That's a strategy that you need to have. How do we gain new customers? How do we help them to spread the world and bring in maybe the people that they want to collaborate with or whatever our product is about? You need to build that into your product. And then enable self-service on sales, because people want to try your product themselves. They want to figure things out. I was looking for a new service. Was it like a year and a half ago? I was in Florida. I was searching during the holidays, and they were all trying to book meetings with me, and I got so mad. I don't want to have a meeting in January. I want to figure it out now, and I want to try it now and see if it works. And there was only like one of those services that did that. Of course, I bought it. I don't have the time to spend and have meaningless meetings with salespeople. I don't want that. And people don't, in average. I think it's about 85 people, or 85% or so, who actually wants to try things out themselves. They don't want to book those sales meetings. And then, of course, we need to market things when needed. Maybe try new ways to find those target groups, those users, and spend the money when we need it instead on marketing. And then, like we've talked about here, I heard beyond budgeting, budget on fixed cost, which is the people. So if you have teams, product teams, you budget on those, and then you have shifting priorities on what they work on, so they can actually spend time on what's most valuable for the customers. That's not part of the budget at all. So which of these are the main drivers within your organization? Do you recognize more than one? Spend some time, share with the person next to you, just a minute or so. Hold on. You're the best audience ever. Everyone understands the secret sign. Perfect. Did we have anyone in the product-led category? Yeah, a few guys. Cool. Did we have anyone in the budget-led? Yeah, a little bit, maybe more. Technology? Marketing? Sales? Yeah, okay, so marketing was just one, huh? Really interesting. And visionary-led, did we have anyone there? Oh, yeah, there we had two. And some people had two, right? I figured that must be very common, yeah. So, and what is the main driver in your organization for acquisition, retention, and monetization? Because this shows which is the main driver. Is it marketing? Is it sales? Or is it product? So if product is driving acquisition, retention, and monetization, then you're product-led, probably. So that's how you might see in your organization. If we have a lot of salespeople, they are the one getting our customers in. We get these lists that we have to just develop these features that they ask for, then super sales driven. Maybe want to switch more into understanding your real customers, not just asking the salespeople what they want. So maybe this is helpful too. And the paradigm shift and system shifts needed. I know that you've probably talked a lot about this too in the conference here, Future of Agile and everything. And doing PLG, product-led growth, building in these loops of growth in your product. That's one of the shifts that needs to happen. And very few organizations do that. I'm not sure why. Maybe they don't understand that this is something that's for free. If people like your stuff, they can share it. Cool. Maybe they can give away a free pass for something or try things out for free. It's not going to cost you anything because it's going to bring you a new customer. Have anyone tried our visual posters? Yeah, a few people. There's a little bit of a loop, product loop. Maybe we don't make any money now, but maybe later because you like it. And you think of us as maybe we're probably quite good at what we made a poster of, so we already have a win there. So you can give something away for free. And then the system shift in responsibilities, of course. You've probably seen this one before, where we shift from waterfall with the silos, handoffs, to more and more collaborations along the way. We're far at the end. Instead of having a feature factory where the teams don't get to select what they work on, what opportunity to hit next to reach the North Star, instead we want to go all the way. This is where we have product teams that can take responsibility for the customer and the business value and drive the business forward, where they can choose the next opportunity. What's in line next for us to discover what the solution is? What problem should we try to release something for our customers and solve? And then figuring out which types of teams do we need to have in our organization, because there's several types of teams. Here we have customer journey teams, we have product teams that maybe take care of a specific product and the pricing and everything, platform teams, we have service teams that help and grow the organization, new capabilities. We have, now I can't read here, component teams. I don't really know what that is. And cross-functional leadership teams. So there are different types of teams, and the component teams, of course, this is the most common one that I see in most organizations. If you have component teams, then you might see this a lot. You have a product owner that goes to different teams and tells them what to do. Because I want to get something out to my customers, I have to talk to all the teams, maybe. And what happens then for the customer is, oh, it's broke. We don't know what's going on. Because no one can actually take responsibility for the customer experience, because that's the product. If you deliver a digital product, it's supposed to enhance the experience of using whatever you're selling. So the experience is the product, and the experience is usually broken if this is what's going on, because it's super hard. Even though you made a customer journey, we understand exactly what we want to do. All the teams, of course, take great responsibility in doing a really good thing, but how does it actually work as an entity together with other things in our landscape, the ecosystem of our experience? That's super hard to know. And if you are about to change your organization, you want to start with the product and the customers and organize around that. So use something like Pavo here or something like that to figure out what's the actual architecture we need to be able to deliver this, and what are the teams and ways of working we need to have, and then what's the organization's going to look like, and how do we actually empower them and lead them to enable what we want to happen. So start with the customer and the product. And who will succeed in doing this? You guys, I'm sure. And I think you're brave enough to experiment. And this is key to actually understand how to do things, because I can't tell you, no one can tell you, no book you read is going to be exactly what you need. You need to figure things out. You need to work with the people in your organization to discover how this works for you. And those that meet real customers, that's key. Understand your customers is key to success. And those who experiment and collaborate, because it's a complex problem. We can't succeed by ourselves. We need to get people with us, and we need to work on solving real customer problems. Everything else is just bullshit. Don't do that. Just solve real customer problems, no matter what people tell you to do. And of course, those who are agile, maybe those pirates, those who are agile are going to manage to do this. So help people to understand how to build a more flexible, dynamic system, how to listen in to people, how to build diversity, and how to bring them with you in the process of understanding those customer problems and building those solutions that you need. So let's just get on the ship and be pirates and lead the way, because people are going to need that in your organizations if you want to become more product-led. They need you to also help them to show the way. And don't forget about the business value of product-led. If you're trying to sell this to someone higher up in your business, you need to understand what benefits can you get from this. And it's shorter time to market, which is just amazing. You're going to get your products up much faster. You're going to have less costly organization finding that product market fit. So it's a no-brainer for anyone in management. And it's a lot less costly to keep and gain those customers, which is also a no-brainer. So there are no hidden agendas or anything here. You just focus on the customer, become product-led, and sell it to your management. They're going to love what you do, I'm sure. So let's do it. Thank you.